Well, David, we have never been to Japan, and there's nothing we would like more than to go to Japan. So, any promoters or booking agencies from Japan watching this, get online or on your phone or with your pigeons or whatever. We'd love to come there. Thanks. I guess you're asking if we're going to play in the Czech Republic, and yes, we are. We have played there. We love to play in the Czech Republic. Then again, we love to play in every country, I guess. But we'd love to go back and play there. I guess we've been to Prague the most times, which is a beautiful city, beautiful architecture, a lot of history there, and it's no secret that Eastern European metal fans are dedicated, to say the least. So, hope to see you there soon on the next European tour, which, like the next North American tour, I guess will come after the release of the new album in October. Alright, first off, we're going to start with a more intellectual questionnaire from Julian Gonzalez.
Hello, Julian.
Shouldn't you all be recording instead of answering silly questions?
Speak for yourself. Well, I think probably you should ask that question to the other guys, but talking about silly questions, next one.
There you go. Well, it's pretty hard to say from someone within the band. We sort of make music that feels right in the moment, and if it sounds similar to something we've done before or sounds completely different is sort of not our main concern. But in my experience, yes, every album seems to have some kind of different quality to it. On the other hand, I think people will see a natural continuation from Vertebrae, and at the same time they might be surprised by the development. A lot of bands have a very linear movement. You know, if one album is softer than the previous one, the next one will be even softer, and so on. Enslaved doesn't necessarily operate by those rules. Hey David, thanks for that. We love Canadian metal. We'd love to come and play the east coast of Canada. Lofthouse, that's got to be of Norwegian descent, I guess. Lofthus, the Norwegian version, is quite a common name on the western parts of Norway. Who knows? So anyways, Gemma Louise, you're asking if we please will come to Australia, and yes, we will. When we get the chance, we'll go there as soon as possible. Not to, you know, sound like a broken record, but we've had tours set up there. We had one that we actually, the only thing left was getting plane tickets. It got cancelled. Sometimes we really want to do things and they don't happen due to factors outside of our control, but you know, we'll go anywhere and play our music as long as there's somebody at the other end that wants to listen to it. Australia is especially something we'd love to do. We've been in touch with people from the Australian underground from day one. There's a lot of, you know, underground black and death metal bands from that part of the world. It's a fascinating continent. So any day when the details fall into place, we'll come over. Christopher Eriksson, he sounds Swedish, man. He probably is. He's asking, will you release the new album on vinyl? And the answer is simple, yes, of course we will. We'll release anything on vinyl. It will probably be, like Vertebrae, probably come out in different vinyl versions also. We love the vinyl format. We buy our favorite bands on vinyl, and we'd love to continue releasing our own stuff on vinyl. Hey Leonardo. Yeah, I think that's a pretty accurate description. We're listening to old and new stuff. I can speak for myself at least. I love to listen to old prog stuff. Old Genesis, I'll put that on any day. I just got this beautiful Genesis box with the first 5 albums that I can't stop listening to. And at the same time, you know, there's a lot of exciting newer things going on. Of course, when I'm talking about it now, stuff really don't spring to mind. I was listening to the latest Mastodon the other day. checked out the new Slayer. What else is there? Yeah, there's a lot of, for me it doesn't matter. I love the 70s for that nostalgic feel, I love it for the music and all that, but I'm not, for me it doesn't really matter what era it is. I don't have that nostalgic relationship to any particular era. If it sounds great, if it's Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd from the mid-70s, if it's The Mysterious Dom Satanas from Mayhem from early 90s, if it's a Maiden record from the early 80s, if it's, some new revolutionary kind of black metal like the new Code album from last year, it doesn't matter. I'll listen to anything that it has some kind of emotional resonance with me. And speaking for the other guys, I know Grutle is probably the guy who tends to listen to a lot of old stuff. He's a real record collector, and he's really diving into the whole prog scene of the old days. Kato is a lot like me, I guess, listening to old and new, but mostly metal. Then you have Icedale and Harban, which I guess is listening to a lot of hard rock and rock and perhaps stuff that's more available, if you want to call it that, and more commercial than perhaps what the bearded guys in the bands are listening to.
Okay, I don't know, really. I guess there will be some mellotrons, but there have been mellotrons on every album I played on, I think. And of course the organ. Maybe some more organs through guitar amps this time. I guess we will test stuff and try it out. Except from that, I don't know yet. Maybe, maybe not. But the basics are the same, I guess. Organs and mellotrons, and like the real sounds in the keyboard department.
Tyler Nelson.
Yeah.
Will y'all come to my house?
And burn it down? Sure.
Well, thanks, Philip. Yeah, I guess, if you want to use those terms, less Pink Floyd and more hate, maybe you're onto something. Maybe it's as simple as that. I think we've talked a little bit about that. Some, bands have a linear development, and the more traditional band would perhaps, Vertebrae being more melodic and more mellow in a way, would perhaps point out the direction where we would continue to explore that. So, meaning the next album will be even more Pink Floyd or softer. But then again, we don't operate by linear rules, and I think I could. We feel confident to saying, yeah, there will be more aggression, at least more of the negative energies, perhaps, in the expression on the next album. It's all got, it's got to be balanced. That's very important for us. But if hate is the right word, I'm not sure. Yeah, wait and see.
Yes and no. I mean, that's variations from song to song. But mainly, I would say, we don't focus primarily on the progressive and the technical things. I mean, it's all about playing the songs as good as possible, and hopefully the songs are good enough quality-wise. So you can't measure quality of music, whether it's very technical, very progressive, stuff like that. I mean, it's good music, it's bad music, it's good songs, it's bad songs. But in some parts of some songs, yes. In other, probably no. But it's all in everyone's ears.